Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Moin. Hello, people. This is Jerry.
What a bitchy, motherfuckers.
Hey, David. David. Mr. Cookie Cutter Guy. What about Assassin's Creed? Hello. I welcome you all. Excuse me for my poor... I'm still trying to catch my breath. Hello, Tuffy, Dutch Stimmen Soul, Dendley, Redverse, Rumbliate, and Soaptager.
What he said.
But in reverse.
Pretty much. Pretty much. They, yeah.
How's everybody's week has been stressful, to say the least.
I think we've all been enjoying Harry Kane.
The who what now?
The chuggable legend that is the England footballer, Harry Kane, and his amazing penalty. I've been enjoying that quite a lot.
Did he do something terribly good or terribly awful? I couldn't tell.
It depends on your point of view. I think most of us agree it was terribly good. The football supporting people in England probably say terribly awful.
So he missed.
Oh yeah. It was amazing. It was almost as amazing as whenever I discovered that he'd filmed a spoof. Well, not a spoof. He'd filmed an advert with a rugby player at one point, and the rugby player was teaching him how to take penalties by kicking them over the bar, because that's how you do it in rugby. I'm thinking, that's fucking amazing. That's so good. That explains your penalty now, mate. That went into the sky.
Maybe he was on drugs.
At least things came up. That is true. They did kidnap a cat from Qatar.
Why would they do that?
Who fucking knows?
Doesn't England have enough cats?
No, they've never seen any before in their life. Never seen any before in their life.
And just as a heads up, my channel has not yet been taken over by weird scammers, unlike other channels.
Other channels?
Yeah.
Moors.
The painting phase has been taken over by weird crack hackers. And a German YouTube channel was taken over last week, I think. But they've got it sorted still. For some odd reason, the hobby channels seem to be in a target for now.
Fuck all else to do with their time, I suppose.
Yeah, possibly. So, but we're here for not about chatting about other people's websites, but other people's hobby. So what did you bring us today, dear Jerry?
Brought us the gift of staff. Although, I will point out, if I pick your fucking project, don't change it to private after I've picked it. Because I've just double checked. And now all their projects are private. And that is not the case.
They're all scared.
Hello, Jim Scott.
As you see, people, I've still got the sniffles.
That's what happens when you spend all your time out with the Reichsbürger. Attempting to reinstall Prince Heinrich XIII. I discovered also that all his family, firstborn males in his family who are eligible for that fucking defunct throne are all called Heinrich because his cousin Heinrich XIV said he's a bell end. That's just great.
Wow, could be worse.
Mm.
Could be much worse.
That's true. They could have done it. Taken over the Reichstag, and then what would have happened? By law, when you take over the Reichstag, you automatically get control of Germany.
All 50 of them.
Oh man, you would have had to do whatever they say.
Agilid is doing King's War Armada. But those are the nice ships without the rigging.
Great ships without rigging. Look at them. Look how fucking sexy they are without rigging. It's all good.
Very
Black
yellow.
Crispin. These are, yeah, it's like Wall's ice cream. I think we discussed the Wall's ice creaminess of them before.
Yeah,
actually.
I think so too. I have some memory about talking about weird ice creams.
But we'd looked at this a little while ago. However, a few more boats have been added to the boat fleet, and then we have some full-on boat fleet pictures. Oh, that's fucking great! It's absolutely freaking fucking Asbros.
Yeah, I was under the impression Kings of War is a bit of a small fleet battle. This seems quite excessive. Or is this just to have some options?
2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13, 14. Yeah, it's on the big side, but it's not beyond the realms of possibility. You'd run one. I think I've got about the same in orcs. I've got slightly less in actual Basileans, but then you can tack in 3 dwarves to go with it as a little allied fleet. So, 8 or 9 would do the job, but options or just a big fleet. Either or.
Now there's only one thing missing in this project. And I
Battle
know this
report.
may sound very weird and a very odd suggestion, but a battle report.
Also, I think it's missing the big, fuck-off, massive named battleship. You can always do that. That'll give them something to do in the new year. But yeah,
At some point, I will pick the Dictator XL ship and some flyers, and then
That's the one.
probably start a second fleet for variety and demo purposes.
that's what she said.
Huzza.
But yeah, I really like the black and red that runs sort of counter to the main yellow and white theme as well, because you get it on things like the forecastle at the back. I've got a lot of fucking boats to paint for various boat-based games, so I've been looking at a lot of boatage, and they're just really striking.
I like boats.
Yeah, I could live without them, to be brutally honest, but just happens to be where I'm at the moment. Boatage. No ogre ship shot. No ogre ship shot, which is a bit weird.
Will there be a boat-themed jerry can or a boat-themed boot camp?
I can't imagine so.
Oh, shame.
Either of those. There'll probably some boat-themed games at some point. Although that's more oak and irony.
Yeah, well, that's a
never know.
very nice, what's it called again?
Boat group.
Intro! Small entry for a short update. That's the one. Oh god, my brain. And I haven't even started drinking the brown lemonade.
Oh my god, stay off the Hitler juice. We've discussed this.
Yeah, I'll just have some lemonade.
You're
Citrus.
right there. Jerry can't show you how not to do rigging.
But how do you not show doing...
Step 1, get a boat. Step 2, don't do rigging. Beautiful.
Oh,
It's fucking beautiful.
That's a very, very short...
It's like Zen. Anybody can not do it because they can't do it, but sometimes you need to sit down and deliberately not do it, even though you can do it, because you've got standards.
I don't have standards. I think that has been established by now. Jack the fuck, the Emperor's New Rigging, that's a good one. The Emperor's New Fleet. Oh, I see, we're pressing ahead.
Yes, yes,
Before
we are. I have absolutely no problem doing a scale having room fishing net. That's all fine. But I draw the line at rigging.
So Hutch is still making room clearing stuff?
Yes. But a couple of entries. First off, you can see there the 50mm sci-fi. There's a few more later on, which are really nice. I quite like the digital stylee camo as well, which has been hand painted. Because
I feel there's something missing from that tank, but I can't be sure.
The rest of the tank, you mean?
Yeah.
It's entirely possible. I mean, it could be a hover tank, or that could just be the turret. It could go either way. But yeah. But the Quar have drawn me in with their World War I anti-tree goodness.
I've seen that update, and whoever came up with the design of the Quar is genius.
Zombie Smith is his name. I think he works for Weta Workshop, or had done in the past.
It's such a relatively simple idea, because basically he just takes a fat dude and makes a sausage of his head.
Sausage heads. They're all about the sausage heads, yes. We've all been there.
Commando.
But yeah, the little the little in situ pictures are great. I absolutely adore that. The moss up the tree, the barbed wire, the lust in their eyes for blood and death. You can see it. They're fucking vicious. And then the Quar cavalry, particularly Quar, I would say high Quar. Just not sure what's going on with that. I don't want them coming at me.
No, especially not if they are riding tanks. The big stick, 301st.
Sticky stick?
The tank is called the big stick, for some odd reason.
Just walks off there and carry a big stick, and that's how you deal with people.
Ah, but I don't think they carry the tank. But then again, I might be mistaken.
You know, metaphorically speaking.
Look, more Toms.
I'm really looking forward to Wargames Atlantic's Plastic Quar whenever they come out next year. Just for the sheer novelty / madness of it all as well. To see if more people will start getting involved with quarage. And then some more 15s, so little APC type things. Little man-portable turret.
This robot dude, especially the head, reminds me awfully about Robocop 2.
Yes, with the big fin on Kane's. Was Kane, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Kane's head. But again, more of the same, more of the 15mm. It looks fucking cracking. I don't know what it is about small scale sci-fi in particular. Obviously, I mean, that 15mm stuff, it's all individually based. You can play any of the larger 28 sort of stuff quite comfortably in the 15 as well. But recently I've had a look at a couple of different small-scale sci-fi games, either of which these would work in. Like that. It's even got a big sci-fi version of a fucking Morris truck. Oops. Broke a bit of spring.
I think the appeal is it leaves enough to the imagination to be still detailed enough to actually have some detail to paint on.
True. That is true.
A happy medium between 10 and 28.
Yeah.
I really love how he went completely nuts on the camo, on everything.
Digital camo on everything, and once again, it's 15mm, so you know, madness. I think I've got a digital camo stencil somewhere, and I've seen a couple of other digital camo stencils, and none of those have been done via the medium of stencil, because you can see there's inconsistencies in the painting. So that's just the digital camo that's been painted by hand in 15mm. That's just fucking madness. Madness.
Yeah, that's or he made the stencils himself and just went mental on some masking tape.
Oh, that's true. You could have masked it off and then.
Just
no, because some of the
use
ones
a
you're looking
ruler
at,
and to do some straight slicing.
yeah, it's possible. It is possible,
Crimson
but it's
skies.
absolutely gorgeous. It's just
Didn't
really
he?
nice.
Did he get a golden butting for this?
Yeah,
Totally deserved.
told me that I'd get a battle report. That's what he said to me, and I believe him.
Then now he must deliver the battle report upon us.
Oh.
Oh, what happened?
Oh, I thought Messi was going to go for a third there, but they've played the ball back out.
Never mind.
Don't worry, I'll keep people informed if there is a goal. / deaf news on. Either way. Could go either way. Don't worry.
Something horrible goes. Something
yeah.
goes horribly wrong.
Oh, I don't know if it's particularly about the pin wash or just the panel lining here, there, and everywhere.
Whatever happened to the license of Crimson Sky? I wonder. Is that somewhere in limbo?
I don't think so. I just think it's not made anymore. I don't think it's what you call it?
Out of print?
Well, I think it's out of print. I just think nobody's bothered picking it up because it's an old fucking game at this stage.
Yeah, but I really love the design of the minis.
And it was another FASA game, so it's just like everything else. Just kind of whether or not people could be arsed picking up. Maybe they will, maybe they won't. Oh, push! Oh, good save. Hola, Zerg.
Good day to you, dear Zog.
Yeah, the overall look of the whole kit and caboodle is just fucking darling. I like it. I like the fact that he's going from 28mm quar to 15mm sci-fi to whatever the fuck they are. 100th. 104th. 44th.
I never realized that there were so many different lane designs in Crimson Skies. I only knew the handful that were in the Xbox game they made.
Well, yeah, it's like anything else. Once you've got people sticking planes into the air, why not go fucking the whole hog?
Look. It's earthworms in human suits.
They think it's really fine. They're heroes for all time.
Whoever comes up with these designs is always mental to me. People are way too creative for their own goods.
The naked dogs with eyes on stalks are natural as the day is long. I think he used a die-cast car as well for that track. I think that might have been somebody else. I've been seeing a lot of people doing weird World War I type shit recently, so could go into either camp. To be fair, the one at the back on the left, Damon.
And some porcupines? Hedgehogs?
Yeah, your guess is as good as me. The bastard offspring twixt Brian May and Pig. I think is the answer to that one.
It's a runaway wig.
Yep. Makes sense when you think about it. What else could it be? I don't know.
Ah, yes. Very lovely potpourri of different stuff, and especially different painting styles for sure.
Yeah. It's a bit corking. It's core.
People are way too talented for my taste. But then again, That's why we're here. And I haven't even noticed the mold lines yet.
Oh, well done, you. You're growing up like a bigger boy or some shit.
Don't say such naughty things. Those 90s Queen tours got out of hand. Yeah, potentially. Who knows what offspring lies?
It's
Yeah, Dave, you gotta be strong. There's more types than barren plastic and undercoat. I have heard of people actually finishing their stuff.
There's chip primer. There's the third. That's how it goes. My medium is chipped primer.
3 primers up?
That's the one. Black, white, grey, and bare material. See, I work in four different colours. By the way, if people haven't seen Holy Flying Circus, which apparently is a 10-year-old film that I completely missed, retelling the problems that the Pythons had with the life of Brian and the Fundo Christians, you really should, and it's on Amazon. Oh, it's fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
So, stop watching this, go watch that, then come back and tell us how good that was.
Sadly, it's only available to UK.
Yeah, but is that not, what VPNs were invented for?
Maybe.
Cocaine Bear as well, yeah. Have you seen the Lake Michigan Monster yet, Crispin? You can't see Cocaine Bear till you've seen the Lake Michigan Monster.
Dave, that's a total viable option. Calling your dwarves from the Grey Mountains, just undercoating and done. That's
Makes sense. Just googly eyes on rocks and away you go.
No, Pete, I won't be
how'd the
getting
game
Lord
go?
VPM.
By the way, is that the black and white one, Crispin? It is. It is the black and white one. Yes. Just to let you know.
So Stumpy, what's Stumpy up to? Doing?
Stumpy.
Oh, no.
We've looked at. We might looked at one of Stumpy's other projects, but this one is his sort of YouTube channel catalog, specifically honing in on his old greenskins being up greenskinned of late. Oh, you're dipping into there. No, you've gone so far back. Where you are, you're at the Sailor Wars. So far away, the Sailor Wars.
Light Goblin Chariot Kit bashing.
Mm.
And Kev Adams Goblins.
Also yes.
Well.
Also yes. So quite like Stumpy stuff. Not least of which because I approve of seeing old models getting out the table. Look at that. It's an original Skarsnik. A mad trident wielding fuck. Although obviously he needs Gobbler with him. Because,
Oh, look.
if he doesn't, then he's just going to get hiding for his troubles.
Ball throwing lunatics.
Yeah, those are the wee ones that they released in plastic. How weird is that? That's never going to catch on.
I wonder why they stopped making these.
Money?
That's a horrible
Why?
reason.
They made something like it, did they not? I don't know. They started making them all into things. It gets very confusing. I ignore it.
So many squigs.
It's a good amount of squigs. It's not the best amount of squigs.
And they're also friendly with a friendly grin.
Yes. Only question now is, will they all get Teddy Ruxpinned up? Will everybody end up in a vivid red? Or will it go for some sort of motley colour collection? Because that's always more fun. But the... what's that? The Harley Quinns? The Gore Chariot one is quite nice. I was watching this recently.
Chariot.
Yeah. Obviously, they're going on the wrong basis, which is just criminal. And I mean, he will be hunted down and killed for that. But boards have been replaced via the medium of, I believe, three-dimensional printing. So the smaller GW piglets have gone away to be replaced with these new ones. And also he seems to have, I don't know if he's lost the actual arm off that, because that is not the same arm as my driver has. But then they did redo the Angors at one point, so you know, he fucking knows. But it's just interesting little project and channel as well, especially if you like fantasy, because there's an eclectic mix, because it could be something that's brand spanking new, like one of the packs of magic items from Age of Sigmar, or it could be something as old as fucking creation, and anywhere in between. That's a Chaos Warrior Chariot with a giant resin wolf from fuck knows where. I quite liked it in the middle of where he started doing the Shaggoth, and I'm going, hang on a minute, I've got one of those. I've got one of those still sealed that I got, I can't remember how fucking long ago, because I painted one, sold it, and I never got around to opening the other one. And now I'm going, I should really open that, because I could use that for something, because it fits on a quite nice little, it fits on a 40 mil. So it'll definitely fit on like a 50 mil for a monster for Kings of War.
So has the shrink wrap yet started to crush the paper box?
No, it's too far down in the strata for me to be able to reach and start poking at immediately. And I have other stuff around my desk that I'm going to try and avoid for the time being before I avoiding that. But yeah, sometimes it's the little hints from people going, you know, you've got these, McCabe, you should dig these out and do something with it. And then I go, oh, yes, I do. Oh, no, I won't. You can't make me. Obviously, at the end of the day, it's all ruined because it's on round basis. But, I mean...
Oh, Dave has trouble reading chat, obviously. That's... not good.
Few people seem to be having that, but I think it's a Twitch issue because it's not interrupted for me.
Also not me.
Because Demon Sub, I think, lost it earlier as well. So good,
Yeah.
The Norwegians banned it. That's right, Doug. At which point the Swedes started running coaches from Norway into Sweden to let Norwegians see the film that was too funny for Norway. But yes, if you're unaware of Stumpy and Stumpy's work, little YouTube channel, it's worth having
Go and give him a follow.
If you fancy your fantasy, there's a range of stuff he does apart from showcases like that about what he's working on. Every now and again you get little unboxings and other bits and bobs kicking in there as well, so it's nice if you're going, oh, I've not seen that company before, or I've heard of that company, I wonder if ... and then you can look at it and go, yeah, no, they're horse shit. I don't want them. They make me cry. I hate them so much. Turn off, mother. Turn off.
So you're saying we should go to the next project then?
Could do that.
Dude City by
I can't remember what his
Taochi.
last video was, but I do remember him. Was that the one where he was doing the robots for Stargrave, possibly, or 5 parsecs or something? Anyway, he was looking for a way of doing like reflective things and gems easily.
Welcome back,
one?
Dave.
Because that was quite good as well. Yes, little 3D printed robots. Yeah, that was corker. I like those. They looked. What's that one? There's a film, like a Disney film, with a big fat robot called Betamax in it, or something like that. It was like that.
Baymax?
Yes, assuming that was a big fat robot.
Yeah, it's an inflatable one.
Sure. I
White.
just remember it's a big fat robot called Betamax. Anyway, it looks like that. There was like a whole tiny little army of those. But we're getting distracted by Taochi.
Yes, and also thank you, James Cuts, for giving me Amazon money.
Jam.
So Tarachi's doing an outlaw posse.
Yeah, I can't remember the last time we were here. I think he was just doing the terrain. I think so. There have been some tiny fighting cowboys and a couple of big buildings. Le Grand Hotel has been added to the mix.
Nice looking Grand Hotel.
Yeah, I keep looking at the TT Combat stuff. They do these massive bundles where it's, it's like Sarissa. You get a fuckload of stuff and it's detailed to a good level. And if you want to just leave it at that, you can just paint it and leave it at that, or you can go in and detail it if you want to do more.
Hold on. There's one picture and it's just built, and the next picture it's already painted.
Yeah.
That's not how it works.
I'm pretty sure it's how it works. Presumably in between when the camera wasn't in front of him, he applied paint and didn't just use a magical camera. Oh, magical camera that painted your stuff. How great would that be?
Almost as good as tartan from the pot.
Oh, tartan paint. Get in there. Soup will be right on board for that. Sip, 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 sip. But, yeah, there have been some cowboys and lawmen being added to the band as well. I think most, if not all of which, to date have come from actual Dead Man's Hand. Although other westerns apply. I really like the Dead Man's Hand figures though. Not sure.
The horrible 3D printed terrain.
Oh yeah, because the thing is thing. What? Oh, you're looking at stuff again?
Yes.
Nah, that's only there to annoy you. Argentina is 3-0 up, by the way. Bosh. It's all gone wrong for the Croats. If they, and the worst part is the players know if they go out, then they're going to have to go back home towards gold. I think they'd hang on in there for a bit longer. Blurry camera models require monthly subscription. Nice.
You think that's a incentive to be better at football, not needing to go home again?
Yeah, I mean, if you live in Croatia, I think you should always be better at football. If we have to go home, lads, we've got to go back to Croatia. That'd be terrible.
I think this was the last time we seen his thing. Did he split the project, perhaps?
No, I don't know. You know the boss may.
Because I know we have seen the interior shot.
He may have got a golden button. I can't remember.
But if you can't, how should I?
Well, you're meant to be the sober one.
Yeah, but I'm the older one too. And 1 hour ahead of you in time, so basically it's already past my bedtime. So.
But if you're ahead of me in time, can you not remember the answer I give you?
No, because I'm old and I forget.
What's the point in living in the future if you're not going to remember things?
Yeah, see, that's the problem. It's the same problem like a alcoholic elephant who drinks to forget, because elephants always remember.
That's it's an interesting concept, isn't it? It's a meta head melter there. The elephant that drinks to forget.
But the elephant never forgets.
Oh, poor bastard. Anyway, yeah.
And also because they're so big, their tolerance of alcohol is quite high.
Just give them ethanol. Let's get them straight to the hard stuff. Straight to the hard stuff right off the bat. Yeah, I just like westerns at the moment. Having rewatched the spaghetti westerns, and I've got Once Upon a Time in the West in my future. So.
Oh yeah. I really like to listen to that soundtrack every now and again. It's just too good.
And, when you see Ike Clanton up the top there with his red sash, just remember, when I see a red sash, I'll kill the man wearing it. I should rewatch Tombstone. It's fucking corker.
Maybe your tolerance would be even lower if you were thin. Think about that. Pink elephants. Someday, maybe.
Pink elephants are in the Lord of the Rings battle report. That's different. We're not looking at that now.
Mm. So what comes after Tau Cheese, Outlaw Posse, and
Oh,
Western?
gee. Trojan Terps.
Oh yes, he's building eerie models.
Yes.
Excuse me. I've seen the notification, and I really had to restrain myself from hitting all the buttons because that's some nice scratch building.
It's a whole other level of what the fuckery, I think is the phrase.
Let's see. In front, there's a piece of sprue.
Yep.
That's some kind of 40k-ish stuff. A washing a clothes clip. Some kind of
looks like
whatever.
a peg, yep. It's a roll plug.
Yeah, I'd say wall plug too. And this is again a sprue pieces, and these are the end pieces to guitar strings.
Could be.
You know the ones
guitar strings. I have no idea.
That keep the strings from being pulled through the guitar.
Sure, why not? I mean, it sounds like something that guitars would have. The only time I've really paid attention to guitar was the time I cut the strings off my brother's guitar, so I would have something to use for scratch building. Got very annoyed by that. Very annoyed. But yeah,
is that an Eldar helmet as foot?
It's a pair of Dark Eldar helmets from the 3rd edition Gary Morley Dark Eldar when they were just invented. And I can't think of a better use for the Gary Morley Dark Eldar heads than to use them as the front feet of a giant robotic chicken walker that you're then going to mount Lucretia Belladonna on, who's a corking model, absolutely beautiful model by Chris Fitzpatrick. Look, Necron guns as engines. Fucking insanity. And it looks like a collection of junk right now. But once the primer's on that, I think that's going to come together really well.
Yeah, I think so too. This is going to be quite an interesting end result.
Spac bring quad bikes, that's true. That is very true. Yeah, there's a lot more time, effort, and thought has gone into it. There's even like a little CAD design type thing trying to work out the hinging on his chicken walker leg, which at one point I'm going, oh, I hope you're not just going to 3D print something. No, didn't. No. Here's my plan, and now I'm going to find scrap to make my plan.
And the plan worked?
Yeah.
The plan came together?
Just need to get some paint on it, and away you go. I should get my Belladonna. I really should. And also a couple of other classic models have been painted up. Morgana Le Fay, her frog, and the Warhammer Quest Imperial Noble. All looking particularly spanky. That Le Fay model, I don't think, yeah.
She looks very pale.
I think it's just Praetorian mage, because Morgana was mounted on that fucking unicorn. Anyway, regardless, I like it because it's very, clad in glittering samite compared to the Imperial Noble, rough and ready, down to earth, regular cloth, like a peasant would, even if he's a noble peasant. Not some sort of moist
grey damsel.
But I like how strikingly bright that outfit is.
Yeah.
It's fucking mazeballs. It's nicely complemented by her frog. There's her frog. Hello, frog.
And that frog has a mean look to him. Like he would.
That was a familiar for her, but then I think they also included. I think the Bretonnian list where the Bretonian spells had the ability to turn people into a frog, which was a real pain in the hole. If your massive fucking killing hero suddenly became a frog for a turn, with a very squishable frame. A lot of time spent chasing bouncing toads.
No, don't lick the frog. That's a bad idea. Welcome, Nick. And thank you. I'm feeling reasonably well, I think. Ask me again tomorrow.
If you turn a slan into frog, frogception. I think it would be the same as turning a human into an ape. There's genetic compatibility, primate/amphibian. Just going back to an earlier stage.
Devolution.
Oh, that's the one. Wasn't there devolution gun in something? Oh,
James.
Modric is being substituted. Oh, I think he's crying. Oh, your chances of World Cup's gone. Look at.
No, James. No, nothing about cracking Adobe and sniffing Photoshop. Horrible things.
What? Oh, is that
I
some sort
think
of reference to that thing?
Yeah, I think he's referring to the painting phase being kicked.
Yeah, still don't know who they are. Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah, I really look forward to the Chicken Walker getting some primer and then potentially even more details.
Well, the build was done in sort of start of November. So I'm hoping when the next update comes, it will be because it's all been painted.
That would be a very interesting one.
What if I got to pick them, Jam? But Ben covets the pickage. I only get it whenever he leaves the country for any given reason, like walking up mountain wheels, that sort of thing. And I spring out, leap like a ninja.
Like a frog.
Frogging ninja.
Oh no, you're way too fast. Oh no.
It's because you're getting down with your Hitler juice.
It's not. It's citrus lemonade.
Yeah, sure. Oh, it's not your brown one, is it?
No, it's not.
That's okay.
It's ordinary lemonade.
You're not yourself when you're sucking down the brown stuff.
The
devil's jazz.
I'll keep that for next week.
Probably be another dwarf, always.
Or maybe for the week when Yellow Belly Tabletop invites us to their Christmas special.
Yeah, that's a rookie mistake on their behalf, isn't it?
So, Horatio is doing stuff. It's not Africa, but sure looks like it.
It's a short one. It's also done and dusted. So this is another Saga-based one for Horatio, because he's done a few of these little sort of mini Saga collections. This one, Blessing the Rains down in Africa.
And he's being rude to you.
Yeah, I've seen that as well. Not sure why. Don't know what's going on there. It can't be because I've not painted enough Zulus, because in comparison to his Zulu starter army, I've painted many more than that Zulus. Many.
How many is many?
What's in that? There's only 80 Zulus in that box, so at least 3 times as many. Anyway.
All just because of Rogue's Drift, or?
Yeah. That's it. That's the bare minimum I could get away with for Rogue's Drift.
Bare minimum.
That's the bare minimum. Yep.
Oh god.
But again, with Horatio's little sort of mini Saga things, or like a lot of these other projects, they're nice little reference points in time. So the fact that you can play Saga Age of Magic with whatever the fuck you've got means you could quite happily have a Zulu-based force that's just toted up in some way. And the idea of Zulu centaurs where the ass end is a zebra is something that had never occurred to me. But now I can't stop thinking about it.
Yeah, when we just scrolled past those pictures, I was already thinking, why didn't I think of that?
You know, you're not trying hard enough, clearly. There's even a chameleon, which I had no idea they were in Africa. But clearly they're not, because that's some sort of weird fantasy-like place.
So
Very
basically,
fantasy.
this thread is Horatio being a hoarder of ideas and things to use potentially later on his saga.
Yeah, it's also like I say, because it's done and dusted. Bosh.
But there's no painted minis in here.
No, but there doesn't need to be painted minis. There is the genesis seed of a idea, and then all the links are included as well. So if people want to go and steal the idea, they can do that thing, which is always thankful. A lot of it is some sort of 3D printing nonsense, but you can't have everything. But even like the African hut bit, there's some different links in there. Some of them are just blogs where people are building different African huts. Other ones are some sort of 3D digital rendery thing, which is madness. So I like that. I like the little snapshot African Zulu fantasy, and you can go in and pick and choose and steal ideas from it, because you know what they say: those who can do, those who can't teach.
But do you really steal ideas when you get just inspired? Because the idea is still there.
Stealing.
It's only stealing when you take away something. It's still there.
No, stealing.
Okay, so you've heard it here first. It's stealing. Just go and steal everybody's idea. It's fine.
100%. It's like downloading a car.
Well, that joke aged very poorly.
Did it though?
Well, yeah, somebody back in the late 90s said you wouldn't download a car, and here we are.
Yep.
People downloading cars.
Can't trust them. You cannot trust them. But yeah, interesting little idea for a force. I suppose it could be played with games that aren't Saga, although I'm not sure why you would do that.
Oh, people need options.
You wouldn't kill a police officer. You wouldn't steal his helmet and then shit in it, or then send it to his wife. You wouldn't steal it back again.
Oh yeah.
See, Jam's on the same wavelength as I am.
I remember that.
It was great.
Bloody.
Although I much prefer Darrow Breen's talking about it, you wouldn't steal a car thing or whatever it is. Go, well, let's make it in any way, shape or form comparable. You wouldn't steal some post-it notes from work. But I might.
Might already have done that.
Well, that's Bob for you. Jobbing modeler. He gets around. So, Chris.
Is it Chris? It's Chis.
Yeah, Chris.
Chis.
Yeah, Chris.
Chis.
Chris.
No, just Chis.
I imagine that's just because he misspelled it. Typing is hard. So, Chris has been working on a whole Galvy bucket of Harlequins, but in proper old school, all my Harlequins must be unique style. Elves have been drafted in to fill out the ranks, so duplicates need not apply, which has led to a whole host of unusual figures making their way into the Harlequin troop, including Blood Bowl elves and even some form of Leshen. It's got horns.
And very different bases.
The Pick-a-Mix. But the Pick-a-Mix was there so that you could snack while you were shopping. That's not stealing. That was free to the visitors of the store. That's what the Pick-a-Mix was there for.
Oh look,
keep your blood sugars up.
Leshen?
Leshen. Yeah, the blend of Wood Elf and Crazy Eldar, I think, comes together particularly very well, giving his Exodite War Dancer feel. And I like the idea of using those Blood Bowl Wood Elves as a basis for some Harlequin. Because let's face it, they're fucking pretty much there already anyway. Just need the masks on them. I think the Harlequin plastics came with additional masks. I don't know, I've never bothered. Look, Dark Elf Sorceress given a mural. I'm trying to remember what the kind is called. Oh Jesus, old age has caught me up finally.
I love the
crystalline
effect on her skirt. The digital looking blocky thing.
Yeah, those again, because it's the plastic thing, they were on the kit because I remember seeing the sprue and they had like just that little jigsaw diamond pattern separate that you could then stick onto things. There's a Death Jester again, legendized. Was there 2 solitaires though? I must have missed that. Or maybe I blanked it on the grounds that you couldn't have 2 solitaires, so why would you have 2 solitaires?
Oh look, a rude elf giving you the finger. At least it looks like it.
It's Harlequin's Kiss, turning the consistency of your insides to soup. Soup, I say.
A soup.
Troopmaster, Shadowseer, Death Jester, Barty Quins, blah blah blah. Stabby
I like
things.
convergence. I'm all for it.
I'm only seeing 1 solitaire. Where are people seeing the second solitaire? You're freaking me out now, people. You're freaking me out, you fuckers. I will catch you.
No, he won't. He's a very nice person.
No, I'm not.
You say that, but that's what nice people say.
Just before they catch you.
Exactly! In a very nice way.
5 minutes of time added on. Croats are throwing everything. All they need to do is score 3 times in the next 2.5 minutes. I don't think that's going to work for you, lads. Anyway, yeah. Alright, so there's not actually 2 solitaires in the thing. Fuck for that. Because I thought my eyes are really fucking going because I cannot see a second solitaire. I will say I do have 2 solitaires. I have one of the classic lead ones and I've got one of the new metal ones. I believe they came out in plastic.
Solitaire was this weird card game you played on old Windows machines.
It's called Patience.
I'm pretty sure it was called Solitaire.
Yeah, but you know, Patience.
I ain't got none.
That's the one. Never could master the game.
Yeah, Chis or Chris or whatever
Chris.
you're called.
I imagine it's Chris. I mean, Chis doesn't make any sense. Chris is the name, though.
There only was a way to ask him.
Yep, well, there isn't. Terrible, terrible shame.
Yeah, indeed.
Seems to be some sort of angry, cum-covered hamburger as well, as an avatar. Don't know what's going on there. It's fucking dripping. Oh, I'm not sure.
It's not.
Solitaire in the computer's tabletop simulator for patients.
It's a fat dude with a actual helmet.
Again, you know, there's no way we know that for certain. Not based on me squinting at my screen.
Wow.
Just saying.
Just go for the next.
Cum-covered hamburger. That's
U.S.
what it
Tank
is.
Company miniature brush. What? Brushwork stuff. Oh, okay.
Brushworks.
Reading
no.
is hard.
No. Look, first in Bastogne. Which was
Well,
something scrawled up the side of the tank that was the first one in Bastogne.
but why would you do that?
Hey, to let people know as you plough through the rest of the Low Countries and over the Ruhr. I think it's fairly met for this time of year. It is, after all, Christmas and the time for massive bulge-like invasions.
I thought at Christmas there was always football in between thingamajigs.
There often is. Argentina have won. I know you're all shocked. I mean, they've only been 3-0 up for quite a while.
Non-metal.
Yeah, the non-metallics on the Kniggets are particularly nice. And I think it was just a case of, I want to say that was the one where you just I got a sprue of Perry stuff free on the front cover of a fucking magazine, so I figured I'd do something with them. I mean, I couldn't be arsed doing non-metallics.
Yeah, but it looks nice.
It's really, really nice when you see it done.
The only thing that annoys me with non-metal is that if you look at the wrong angle, the effect starts to fade a bit.
Yes. Yeah. But if you're doing really, really high contrast, like it is there.
Yeah, let's face it. If
you're going to see it anyway, because it's 28mm figure. It's not so big that you're going to be in a position where you can't really see what's going on.
And also, you tend to take a miniature and just look at from the front side, because that's somehow how our brain works.
Yeah, but if you're painting,
unless you're called Lloyd, then you always look at the rear.
Well, I think we all look at the rear. But if you're painting a miniature in non-metallic, then you've got a defined light source, which means if you turn it round, the shadows and reflections on that should be akin to metal that has a high fucking contrast light shining from the front. So I know what you mean in that there's very stark highlights on it, but you shouldn't lose it so much if you're looking from behind. Was that the Croatian porn star, that one? Oh, the tigers with octopus camo. I'd almost forgot he'd done them.
Twitch chat is moderating the word Kniggets.
Right. That's how you spell Knigget.
Fucking hell. Oh, I think I know why. If you
woke up Dr. Faust.
If you leave away the K, it gets close to bad words. Yes, James, you also got denied. Welcome, Dr. Faust, to our latest streaming.
Tammy thin all over the desk. But that smells wonderful.
Also, it should make a nice clear coat if you leave it.
It depends what your desk's made out of.
You could ask.
I know we'll remove the top layer of a self-healing cutting mat. Tammy Clear will it'll just bubble that right off.
And you shouldn't pour it over your red grass painting palette.
No.
Ask Paul.
It's certainly a different point of view on it anyway. I'll give it that.
A cat and some weirdos, he says.
Yes. Panthray.
He really does a great job at painting these.
Yes, they're not even finished yet. But
that's even worse.
Yeah. I like the different camo on different vehicles as well. So the Puma variant there with the long gun, the Panther, and then the Tigers. They're all different. And I've always been a fan of octopus camo. I just never been bothered to actually put it on anything. Maybe if I paint my mouse, I'll put it on that. I won't.
One day.
I mean, if I do ever paint the mouse, it will just be to use an objective because it never actually was fielded. So it'll all be red primer and chalk markings on it.
Look at these tiny flags.
Yep, it's pure French.
So tiny.
There's no put the numbers in them, so we can't tell who it is.
Over? I can't concentrate on anything.
Because this is a delightful project full of all the shit that miniature brushwork can do. As I said, rather than doing anything in particular, this is just here so he can catalogue as and when he can be arsed and with whatever they happen to be working on.
I feel highly uncomfortable on this level of unorganized project.
You say unorganized, but it literally says at the top of the project, and then each individual entry says things. Like that one says Victories at Sea, IJN Fleet, and then in that it just contains look Imperial Japanese Navy. Look at them. Yep, see, there you go. That's organization for you. They're even parallel to the diagonal lines on it, which is even more organized. You can't get more organized than that. What more do you want, man? For fuck's sake.
I want it all.
I want
I want this bloody cough to stop. Beavis.
It's easy for you to say.
Jesus, sage ich. Jesus.
Huh.
Even more French.
Oh no, not the French. Where's that? What's in here? Is that where it is? Oh, there we go.
And now blood red skies.
Oh, that's good. The contour pattern is driving you mad.
What?
Oh, I'm just looking at House of Water, hashtag best house. Oh, it's the A15s from Plastic Soldier. Weirdly, I have those. I also do the contour pattern on, but I won't. Look at him with this tiny magnetic ball.
James, I endorse anything you want to have endorsed. Just if you enjoy it, be a reasonable
A9,
adult.
that's it. I knew it was an A number, but fuck me, my head's fried. You can get this. I'd send away for it. If you contact Mike Starmer on the internet,
We can't
that
see
probably just
shit.
no, it doesn't matter. If you contact Mike Starmer on the internet, you can get British Military Camouflage and Colours, the Contour Scheme, which is a spiral-bound 22-page book, what he made himself. Titles by the same author, Desert Colours, the Contour Scheme, 1940 to 41, Alamein and After, 42 to 43, Middle East Colours, Sicily and Italy, British Army Colours, Disruptive Colours in the United Kingdom, France and North West Europe, 1936 to 45. Postage via check or post loader. So, there you go.
Put money in the mail. That's a risky suggestion.
I didn't say put money in the mail.
Oh, okay.
I said check or postal order. But this is my favourite bit of it. You see this? Will it let you see that?
Hold on. Ambiguate. Yes, I see a car with some markings.
So he went and did the research from the MOD patterns. So the contour scheme was specific to the vehicle it was going on. So lorries and soft skins, trucks and cars had a different contour pattern to lorries. Carriers, dragons and observations had a bikes. There was even one for fucking bikes. There's not enough room on a bike to put a fucking contour pattern on it, for fuck's sake. But light tanks, cruiser tanks, and gun carriages and trailers. They all have their own, but he's got the plans for them, telling you where to put the dividing lines, which is really good because they were all different. And that has caused me more problems than anything else. The fact that I actually know how it should be applied, and in 15 mil, 15 mil, you're going, why the fuck am I doing this in 15 mil? Why am I looking at this going, well, these should be here like this? No, they shouldn't.
There is some wisdom to the saying, ignorance is a bliss. So if you weren't aware about this book, you would be much happier painting your 15 mils.
Yeah. I'll also say at the very end of this, it includes a page with actual paint chips, so that you don't have to worry about the paint color changing via the medium of printing. He's got the British equivalent of RAL. I can't remember what it's called. WEM, I think. Anyway.
WEM?
Yeah, WEM. I don't know what it stands for. You know, like you've got your RAL paint colors. RALs. So it'll tell you, this is RAL 6174 is this color, and it doesn't matter where you are in the world, that's always the same. Well, the British military is something the same. Anyway, so the actual colors are there. Although I've got the AK contour scheme, which is very good. But yeah, it's a corking little book if you're ever after it.
I think Pantone is something different again, Dave.
I literally can't be arsed trying to work it out. No, it is. It's WEM. WEM numbers are the British equivalent of RAL. So I was right. And this book confirms it. And he's done the legwork, which I can't be arsed doing. Anyway, Mike Starmer, if you're ever interested, let me know. I'll give you his name and address.
Nick Primer wants you to know that Gamer Grass laser cut plans hold their curl.
Yeah,
So,
well,
no
you can say
kinking.
all you want, but I've been using their laser cut things, and they don't fucking hold their curl. They don't curl at all in some cases. They're a pin in the hole.
I seem to remember that you told that on the weekend.
Yeah.
That you had to kink them.
It's because it's true. I've got a fern here that is more 90-degree angle than fucking curled.
It's digital fern.
It's yeah. It's a right bastard. And likewise the leaves, the fronds, super old, didn't curl at all in the other direction. They just popped straight back to flat. So, yeah, not sure what the fuck is going on with that.
He thought you said you used green stuff were plants.
No, gamer grass. That many gamer's grass things.
That's a many.
Yep. Inferior products. You know what's good? Actual proper foamy things. Lichen and shit like that. Not fucking paper. You have to then draw the fucking edge back in with colour so you don't end up with a white line.
So, where do we go now?
Let's have a look at some messy things. Messy.
Sorry about Dames, says a Wookiee and his guy.
Yes.
Greystoke is doing stuff. Does he use brain matter beige?
Not enough, by all accounts. Not enough. But this is a attempt at Star Wars Legion Battle Report, which is, pardon me, a little bit old now. But I think we missed it last time round.
Yeah.
So felt it best to swing back round, because obviously I don't want him thinking we don't appreciate it. And if we don't appreciate it, then maybe he will do more in the future.
So I see 2 rebel troop units, 2 heavy units, and a troop of fleet troopers, and some auxiliaries. That's a lot of foot people to mow down.
Well, you know, you could do that if you're going to be like that, I suppose. Mr.
All
Man.
right, bubbly fed.
Yeah. The battle report is complete in its entirety, even though it has the world's shittest bounty hunter bubbly feats. So you get the full breakdown of forces on both sides, and then also the mission that they're going to be involved in, deployment cards, and this one, the rapid reinforcements. No weird atmospheric conditions to deal with. But when you get down past that, I think the actual pictures from the battle report are better, because you just get like lovely close-ups of the things that are kicking off in situ on the tabletop. Greystoker's got some absolutely corking pictures. So there is our tabley top. Look, it's got a
YT 1300.
Yeah, Krellin stock frigate with some special modifications. Oh, there's Greystoke. Hello. Finished it today. Is that why? No.
Good day, Greystokey.
But yeah, so things like that, showing the terrain setup and then overlaying the actual deployment that we've already seen on the card above, so that people can orientate themselves. Oh, I just think that's fucking great. Obviously, it would be better if I had those little tiny like squares with little arrows on them moving around. That's what you really want in a battle report. And you can do that on Battle Chronicler, just saying. But yeah, so the forces writ large when you get in there, diving in, doing the Lord's own work, stabbing people up with presumably Tuscan raiders have taken a load of stormtroopers, murdered them up, and then stuck their heads on pikes. Because I can't think who else would be doing that. Well, Ewoks would, but don't get Ewoks in deserts. Oh, the little succulent plants, by the way, while you're here, where did you find those? Because there's some great pictures later on of those, and I'm looking at them going, A, they'd be good for sci-fi, but B, they'd also be good for like Western games. Dead Man's Hand and shit like that. It has a very succulent cacti look to it. It reminds me of those things that you get in like
IKEA,
like fake plants that go into like toilets and shit like that.
Well, good luck getting those from IKEA.
That's fine. But we have an IKEA. We don't have to go to Glasgow anymore for IKEA, which was a whole weird thing that went on for a while. They used to run coaches. I can't really explain this to other people because most of the rest of you live in countries that are connected to somewhere else. They would run coaches from Belfast. So people from all over Northern Ireland would go get on a coach in Belfast, take a ferry over to Scotland, go to the IKEA, and then, but they were specifically run to and from the IKEA.
That's a level of dedication.
It was a weird time. I mean, you're never coming back with particularly much because the coach is filled with other people. They can't post the fucking stuff back. Just why? Why did they do this? So weird.
I try to stay away from IKEA as much as possible.
So did the Swedes. Still know you can't get meatballs for breakfast. Or they like some sort of McDonald's. You gotta wait till after 11:30. Weird bastards.
All this nice battle report makes me think of the declaration of war that Atomic Mass Games has just released.
Right, have they done that?
Yeah.
Did they just say, you've got to pick one, whoever spends the most gets to keep their game system? At the end of this, it will either be Marvel Crisis Protocol or it will be Star Wars Legion.
No.
I know they're not calling it Marvel Crisis Protocol, but we all know it's Marvel Crisis Protocol, but with Star Wars. They've
said they will be doing a relaunch of the rules coming January the 16th next year.
Oh, they're going to do onto Legion what FFG did to X-Wing. Kill it dead with a rules update. and then they'll be able to go, wow, well, nobody wants to play it anymore. We can just
They
quietly kill it and go on to Marvel Crisis Protocol.
I'm not sure what they're going to do, but they made really sure and printed that in bold letters. This is not a rewriting of the rules. The rules will be staying the same. We will just...
Sure. Well, the rules for X-Wing 2nd Edition stayed the same. At its core, it was the same, you know, allocate your things, do your stuff. There was just everything else around it that they changed and fucked people over with.
Yeah,
this is going to be a clusterfuck, a dumpster fire, I can't wait.
The wording is that currently, if you buy the core box, you've got the core rule set, and then you need to download the rules reference guide, and those two will be merged into one document.
Sure, why not? Not downloading anything anyway. Fuck 'em.
And we'll just have to wait and see what happens.
Oh,
and
look forward to the cut price fire seal on stuff.
They let this what do you call it? The announcement with a example, and the example they picked was line of sight and how to use the silhouette thingamajig in future games. And to say the Legion group on Facebook was a bit of an uproar is an understatement.
In a Infinity style silhouette, is that what they mean? That doesn't really matter. That's a good example there. The Stormtrooper standing and a Stormtrooper kneeling.
No,
so in model reality they have very different silhouettes, but just like a generic infantry silhouette, and you're all the same height regardless of what the model's doing.
Not even infantry silhouette. The base will be a cylindrical object going up.
Yeah, exactly the same as Infinity then, and yeah, okay, cool, yeah. I can see where that's come from.
Not sure.
The good thing is, Jam, if you've already got everything, you're safe. They can't take it away from you. Yeah, Dead Zone started doing it with 3rd edition as well. I think War Hordes do it too. Privateer Press have done it for a while.
Yeah.
Time to play Star Wars: Chain of Command. I still have my West End Games D6 version of the miniature rules. So if I have to cut and run, I'll just go back to the people who kept Star Wars alive. The people who did more for the Star Wars universe than anybody else, West End Games. More than Lucas did, more than any of the writers did, and certainly more than Disney have done.
Yeah. I, for my part, if they fuck the rules up, I'll just make all my Star Wars Legion models into one big diorama.
Not one big puddle of melted plastic, then, no.
Fuck no! Why would I? Paid good money for those. And I still enjoyed building and painting, so why should I destroy them?
Well, I'll get you off. I'm not saying anything. Nah. No kink shaming here.
Nah.
Yeah.
I'm not some kind of Warhammer Fantasy fanboy that burns his Dark Elf army just because Papa Games Workshop has taken away his toys.
That was so funny.
That's so enormously stupid. I still can't believe anybody actually did it.
It's his money. Fuck him.
Like,
clearly he's a financial genius. I imagine he's into crypto these days.
Yeah, potentially, yeah.
I'll see you piss your money up the wall. Crypto. But yeah.
Greystoke, nice
it's
stuff.
not going to make a blind bit of difference to me. I'll stick with... I've got Legion if I want to play Legion, and it doesn't matter what they do to the rules, because I've still got the Legion rules, so fuck them.
Yeah.
That's an unusual picture you've got there, Soup. That's a little bit creepy, just saying.
Just a wee bit.
The defense of murderous terror.
My crypto friend has gone oddly quiet on shouting his praises, says James. Yeah, I wonder why. I wonder why. So Collins is doing another Games Workshop AP.
Yep, that's one way of looking at it. Don't have to, though. So I think we looked at this a while ago when it was just sort of refreshing, revamping, and getting the core infantry down onto their wallpaper. Then at some point I must have said something very heartwarming, and I can't remember what it was, mind you, but for not the first time in this episode, I've got a comment in the middle of the project along with a picture that is just fucking baffling to me. So yeah, I don't know what's going on. Oh, it's the actual wallpaper in the room. Ah, yeah, I think I may have commented on the fact that the wallpaper looks much better as a floor pattern on a miniature base than it would ever look on a wall. And he backed that up by posting a picture of a room with that wallpaper on it. It's so weird. That design and the cobblestone design that company did. I think. Anyway. So there have been a rather lot of posts actually since the last time we were here, not least of which are the very buckets. Have rocks will throw. Everybody loves a very bucket. Lloyd loves them. He can never find one that he wants though. It's like, oh, I really want a catapult or a trebuchet.
I'm pretty sure they're being sold on the internet somewhere.
Oh, loads of people make them. Loads of people for loads of different game systems and periods of time. There are a lot of them out there, but he seems to be fascinated on getting them for something, and I can't even remember what the fuck it is he wants it for. But anyway, the Minas Tirith horde is right up there, even including the spare son of Gondor. It's an impressive-looking set of figures, including Denethor, the man who tanked the tomato stock market.
Yeah, that's something you'll never forget if you ever watch those movies.
The best thing is because obviously he was also Walter in Fringe, wandering around the place eating licorice, being naked, and he was Sherlock Holmes's dad in the American Sherlock Holmes Elementary. And they made a meme of him. It's like, if you're looking for somebody to play an overbearing father with issues, then you hire this actor. And it was just like a montage of just him from that, The Fringe, Elementary, and something else that I can't remember. So it was good.
So this is the room with the cobblestone tapestry. So
it's not 20 mil. It is actually 25 mil.
That could be anything on the walls. That doesn't prove.
Yeah, it's probably from the manufacturer. But anyway, but yes, yeah, it had to be a different scale from Warhammer, which at that stage was 28/30, starting to get bigger. But yeah, there had to be a distinct size difference between them, so they couldn't be used for other things within their core IP. Yeah, it was part of the licensing. I mean, as far as 25 mil stuff go, I quite like it. I've still got really nice 25/28 mil Perry's Roman army from the foundry.
And also, I think the slightly smaller scale benefits the game as a whole.
Yeah, sure, you do you, mate. I can't on it because they're all based on standard bases. I don't see any difference. The biggest thing was the fact that they had to make them actually proportioned correctly. So no heads the size of pumpkins and no hands the size of hams. Yeah, the Perrys, I imagine the Perrys were shitting themselves with delight at actually being allowed to sculpt something in 25 mil without having to go fucking over the top. Because even the old plastics that they did for the Empire, the original State Troopers, fucking amazing. And they're closer to 25 than they are to 28. So much of the stuff was good. But anyway. But yeah, just a whole host of posts, things like Gandalf and Pippin.
Well, James, you could always use different things for bases, couldn't you?
Yeah, well, squares for a start. Let's put them on 20 mils, 25 by 50 for the paedophile with that little kid on the horse. Away you go. Well, creepy old man's running off with a child. Just keep your eye on him.
It's just, yeah, it's if the masses can't be asked to change their bases, you're shit out of luck.
I don't even think it makes a difference for how Lord of the Rings plays. Yeah, no. There's absolutely no reason to not put them on the squares like nature intended, because the game doesn't actually change. Yeah, it's always better to be on a square base.
Yeah, but Collins did a nice one, and maybe we'll see a battle report or something.
Or close up on that wallpaper. Either's good. Either's good. I think we're all for that.
Either is acceptable. So, one more for the road, and then I'll be dropping dead.
Dead dropping.
Potentially. Oh, God.
Right.
Public service announcement. Never get sick.
It's a good announcement to have.
Delving back into a dead zone.
Yeah, exactly. In fact, you can probably get 6 with a round base.
Rubs off of the corners. So you really need to re-evaluate the people you spend your time with.
I imagine it's some sort of community service that he's forced to do. Go and look after these poor head melters. There's a lot of people whose brains have been fried by shocking amount of drugs, and presumably this is some sort of community service. But
so Draconis is doing Dead Zone?
Following up his Warcry project, what he was forced into doing and he loved, which just goes to show that everybody would be happier and better off if they listened to me. He's decided to do Dead Zone. This is good for me for several reasons. I have substantially more Dead Zone modular sci-fi tiles than he has, and it's annoyed his happiness trying to work out what way is the best way to assemble them. So I'm just going to wait till he's done and then copy him multiple times.
Let him do the heavy lifting.
Oh, fuck yeah. Well, hazard stripes done via the medium of tape, like, if you're going to do hazard stripes, mask them off. Fucking great idea. But yeah, there's a ball peen hammer. The beginning of the whole facade, I think we visited this together, where he declipped everything, sorted them all out into a compartment, numbered everything, and then it started drawing out his plans for total Dead Zone domination, which was good. Subsequent to that, we've now started to actually get layout built and paint down on them, and it's a really, anybody who plays Dead Zone, looking at the little sub-assembly buildings that he's made there on a Dead Zone map, that fits very well. It blocks a lot of line of sight. You've got height and level. That's fucking great. I love that.
This somehow reminded me of something.
Well, also yes.
So he's basically saying we can't blame him if ever he stores some sewing equipment in this thing.
Yeah. The nice thing about this is they actually did do like a landing pad type one that has half cut. They come at a 45-degree divide, section, so I don't have to cut any of mine with a razor saw. I've already got pieces that do exactly the same thing that he's done there, but without the additional work. So that makes me much happier. Look, a bag of barricades. very Northern Ireland. Could you get Ronnie to send you a metric ton of them and blah, 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 blah. I don't know. The guys, before I even started with the guys, Ronnie had sent them a metric ton of them. There's a... Do you remember the Tag Tower that did for the Infinity Boot Camp? There's a fucking spire, like a broadcast center spire that must be 3, maybe 4 foot high. That's all built out of that stuff. They built a ton of it. It just never gets used. They're very lazy. Yeah, it's like 450 grams in those tubs these days. It's terrible. The tub's the same size, but it's not as deep. I should break that stuff down and use it for my own games.
Oh, and James,
like most things in life.
I don't think we want another Zorpazop channel. I think one's enough. He's a bit of a hyperactive.
Yeah, but he's far away. Can't hurt anybody. Isn't he Australian? Is he Australian?
He's about to move to New Zealand, if I remember correctly.
Oh, there you go then.
He wants to be closer to the Lord of the Rings film thingamajigs.
Sure, that makes entirely the most amount of sense. If you're going to uproot your life and move somewhere, do it based on a film that isn't there anymore. It's currently being eaten by sheep.
This is a nice organized table.
Yes.
This gives me great pleasure.
Love to read that visa application. That'd be amazing. Why do you want to move here? Well, pushing glasses up the nose. Well, you see, the thing is, Peter Jackson's Lord of the Rings was a masterpiece in modern cinema, and I want to be as close as possible to it. Not to where Tolkien came from then in England and where he based it as a mythical fantasy version of English mythology. No, I want to be where they just filmed it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, you weirdo. I want to be a hobbit. Just arrives in New Zealand with no fucking shoes on.
Yeah, just
coming off the plane, they just look up and see the bare feet and think, "Ah, fuck, another one."
Maybe it's the sheep he's going for, says Tuffy.
That would make sense. Good-looking sheep. Have I ever shown you the sheep fucking video?
No.
Oh, I'll take that out and put it into the House of Water # best house. The rest of you will just have to imagine what video I've shown. What video I've shared with them. It's very good though.
I just think that's a part of that Woody Allen movie. Things you never knew about sex and or too scared to ask or whatever.
It's not.
When the psychiatrist is in bed with a sheep and all in laundry.
No, I'm 100%. With you. Yeah. Woody Allen. Yeah. Woody Allen. What was it? Woody Mel Brooks. Oh, it doesn't matter. Anyway, it's not that. It's a different sheep fucking thing.
Do you
not mix up your sheep fuckings.
Oh god.
Take it out of Crispin's wank bank.
Oh, Crispin has enough. He can share. Gets off the plane, bare feet with hair tufts stuck to them and a suspiciously familiar ring on chain around his neck. Well, maybe they've got some special place for those people. You never know.
That's true. Like a special place in hell.
Also that. And before I lose my voice completely, I thank everybody for being here. And next time, I won't be so exhausted, I hope.
Yeah, he says that.
Yeah, I say that every time, and it never works for some odd reason. I'll be with the cookie thingamajig and Paul on Thursday, lurking in the chat, and see how I can push on the agenda on what about Assassin's Creed.
Oh, it'll be amazing. You know what I should do? I should just get a load of Assassin's Creed stuff and paint it. Yeah, I'm not going to do that, though. I've already got the load of Assassin's Creed stuff. I'm just not going to paint it. Can't make me. You're not the boss of me, Ray Darcy from Kildare.
Nobody should be the boss of
Oh,
anybody. And
no.
that's it. I'm dead. Bye.
Slat laugh.